and welcome to Agenda Bengaluru. Harish Nanjappa. For many people, that is the name of a hero. He was just in his 20s, riding on a highway outside the city of Bengaluru when he met with a terrible accident that took his life. As he lay dying, he told people around him he wanted to donate his organs. Those were his last words, those were his last thoughts, the desire to help society, to help other people. Harish's eyes were donated. Joining us to pay tribute to Harish and other donors like him, and also to talk about the wider issue of organ donation, we have families of donors, donors themselves, recipient, the Health Minister of Karnataka, doctors and people involved in the field of organ donation. First, to Geetama, the mother of Harish. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಈ ಥರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದು, ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದಮ್ಮ, ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಇಂಥ ಹೆಂಗೂ ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಾನಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅಮ್ಮ, ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸಂಕಟ, ದುಃಖ, ತುಂಬ ದುಃಖ ಅಮ್ಮ. ಆದರೂ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋ ಥರ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅವನ ನೆನಪಲ್ಲೇ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲ ಕಳೀತೀನಮ್ಮ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 185 ಜನದವರೆಗೂ ಕಣ್ಣು ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಮ್ಮ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ನೇತ್ರಾಲಯದವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವನು ಇವಾಗ ಸಾಯ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾವು ಇದ್ದು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ.
ಹರೀಶ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ಹೇರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಡೊನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಹೌದು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅವನು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ನೇತ್ರಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಊರವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯರ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದವರು ಬಂದು ಕಣ್ಣು ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವ?
ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ. ಅಂತ ತಮ್ಮನ ಪಡೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್.
A huge amount of courage, an unbelievable amount of courage being showed by Harish to donate his organs, to talk of donating his organs at a time when he was in pain and dying. There are other kinds of courage as well. Now, Mr. Upadhyay joins us also. He lost his child, but your child is still living in so many ways. Tell us about the baby.
He was a very active and joyful baby of 2 years, 10 months. He got a cardiac arrest and the doctor tried their level best to revive him, but he was declared brain dead. At that point we decided and made in our mind that maybe like many people are there in this world who are facing this end stage organ failure. So if we donate his organs, he can live in a different bodies. Like that was the beauty of the organ donation. Like he was born in one body, but when he died, he got multiplied. Like today, he lives in somewhere far north in Rasa, and the other organs of his has gone to the needy recipients in Karnataka. So basically he defied all the myths or the boundaries that we create. He was born in Karnataka, but when he died, he's there in Russia, beating in a Russian kid. And it's a beauty that an Indian is helping a Russian to achieve his dream.
It is the beauty also of your decision that baby Yatharth can live like this and help so many people. It is also the courage of your decision as well. It is really admirable. Another kind of courage again for the living donor, the donor who decides to part with a healthy organ in order to help somebody else. Anil Shivatsa, you donated your kidney to your brother who's standing here. You're both looking fit as fiddles, I must say. What did go through your mind? Because it's not an easy thing to get up in the morning and decide to part with a kidney.
But that was the easiest part. because when he asked me at home if I'll give him one if needed, I said, yeah, no problem. And then I didn't realize it was going to be so quick. So I said, oh, when we come to it, we'll deal with it. And then it happened quicker than I thought, and that's when all the issues in my head began. I was scared. There was no question about I'm not going to lie about it. And but the odds was I more scared that he's not going to live a life that he was used to, or is it my fears that are more important? So I overcame my fear. And the moment he went into dialysis, that's when I said, okay, I think it's time to do it. And then I took time off. I left the family, went away into the Himalayas for some time. And I came back knowing that this is what I want to do.
Yutika, the Health Minister of Karnataka, when you hear the story of Harish, when you hear the story of Yatan, do you feel stories like this will inspire people to actually come forward and donate and to understand more about donation?
Yes. The stories of those who donated and the story of Harish, the last moment, he never thought of himself or his family. He thought of others should live. That is the message of our life. We are not living for ourselves. We are living for others. And that message was a message not only for the country, into the world. And it's a message of humanitarianism, a message of survival. So this will inspire a lot of youths. And it will be a step to take forward this organ campaign also.
Absolutely. A huge inspiration there, Harish. Dr. Sudarshan Balal, chairperson in Manipal Hospitals, what is the status of organ donation in India? Is it happening enough?
It's certainly not happening enough, but I think we have had a good beginning and we are going to reach there very soon. Compared to the Western world, Spain has the best record of about 35 donations per million population.
Okay.
The US more than 20, and unfortunately we are woefully very, very low, less than 1 per million.
Less than 1 per million.
Yes, but it is picking up thanks to people like Harish's mother, parents, and Master Yatharth's parents, Mr. Upadhyay who's here. To me, these are the real martyrs, just like our soldiers who have been martyred in Sialchen and other places. These are the martyrs who have donated organs of their near and dear ones to save so many lives. And I have the greatest respect for them, and I salute them, and we all should.
Absolutely. Now, Father George, you've worked a lot with iDonation. You're an active campaigner in that. Why do you feel that people are so reluctant to donate?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that Harish has made himself immortal by doing this great act of sharing, and so this spirit will continue to live. Very often there is a great amount of lack of knowledge among the people that there are people waiting for eyesight. And secondly, people think that eye donation is a very difficult process, whereas it's a very simple thing that can be done.
Yes.
And third problem is we don't have an easy process which makes easy for people to do donation for people. I think this is what makes it not normally happening as a norm in the society.
Now, Dr. Eliza Pereira, you're actually doing a PhD on organ donation. What is the process?
The process is any diseased organ failure patient has to register himself or herself at the zonal ZCCK, which is based in Nimans.
Yeah.
Once they register the name at Nimans, and the staff of the ZCCK people will go into the different hospitals and see if they get brain death patients who are potential donors who can donate the organs to the living person. So this process actually is, there is a lot of paperwork has to be done. But then the knowledge, the awareness is so less that people are very reluctant to register themselves in ZCCK. But by and large, now in Karnataka, there is a lot of improvement and people are aware of a percentage of registering with the ZCCK is high in number. And last year, I think we have got around 60 transplant done in Karnataka. So that's a very, very good positive response from the public, and we feel very happy about. But the waiting list still a long waiting list that we have, and quite a number of awareness programs that we need to conduct.
You spoke about brain dead patients. Now, Dr. Srivatsa, not only are you a recipient, but you're also involved in this in some way. The process of declaring somebody brain dead, how does that work? How easy is that?
Medically, it's easy. We have set protocols to declare brain death with the intensivist and the neurologist and the neurosurgeon involved in the whole process. But then breaking it to the family is another ballgame altogether, because there's a lot of stigma still attached to religious reasons why they don't want the body to be cut up, and those things have to be still crossed. And until that is fully crossed, I don't think people like ZCC can really be successful fully in converting all brain dead patients to potential cadaveric transplants.
Who can declare people brain dead?
It's usually it is doctors who are actually authorized by the government, and only they are allowed to sign the brain death certificates.
And are they there in every hospital, or
not all the hospitals? The big ones have them, but if you are looking at increasing number of organ transplant, you need to also be more accessible to patients who are brain dead in smaller hospitals, and that becomes a challenge when you don't have enough doctors to declare them brain dead.
And we don't have enough doctors.
Not authorized yet. We have enough doctors,
but
not authorized. Yeah.
Vidyu Jose, a renal social worker, who can donate?
In disease donor transplant program, anybody can become a potential donor, from a child to an elderly person. Even if the person had a serious medical illness in the past, still the person can become a potential organ donor.
Okay. No age restrictions?
No age restriction in a disease donor transplant program, whereas in live donor transplant program, the person should be above 18 years and should be 100% medically fit.
In order to take their own decisions as well?
Yes.
So that is also very important. Now, you spoke about the difficulty in approaching a grieving family. How do you go to a family who has just lost a loved person and suggest this?
It is a very sensitive matter and sometimes a difficult matter, but there are two kinds of potential people that we meet with. One is the people who are already converted, and thanks to the media and the initiatives that the media has taken, there's a lot more awareness now. So many a time we do see patients' relatives who already know about organ donation, and they come forward and tell us, if there's no chance of recovery of my near one, can we donate the organ? That is probably the easiest scenario to deal with. The second is where we have to actually break the news saying that there's no chance at all that this person's brain will recover or he'll ever walk again. And then we tell them very gently whether you would like to use the organs for someone as needy. And usually it happens over a period of time, and it's multiple counseling sessions by social workers, ICU doctors, so on and so forth. And there are instances when the family is in too much of grief, they don't want to talk about this, and we certainly would not push it because we don't want to offend them. And we also see now that a lot of religious leaders have come forward from different religions who are actually promoting and creating awareness about organ donation. So which means that I think we are going in the right direction.